Under the API folder, open cmd code space dot enter. VS Code will get open here. Code space dot enter. VS Code will get open. Now after that, create a file here in VS Code. Code code space press dot and again press enter this. Visual Studio will open. Here is the option called new index.html. Index.html. Inside that, index.html. HTML we have to start as usual. HTML. Then we can write here called head. Under the head, we can write the script. Follow the body. Now under the JavaScript, we will write a function. Function 1. Function 1. Keep an alert here. Okay. Next, after that, write a button. User list. User list. You can write on the top H1 also. JavaScript API. JavaScript H API example. Visual Studio is required. VS Code is compulsory now. Without that, your page will not work. Download quickly and install. Anyone Notepad plus plus is not there? Who is that? Name Patnayak. You don't have this one, VS Code.
Sir, I'm downloading. Continue the class, sir. Almost 2 minutes it will take.
Download, install quickly.
Yes, sir.
For remaining people, not VS Code is available. Yes, no. Okay. Install quickly, yaar, and then let me know. We need to install some other things. Okay, done. Cool then. Now go here in the left hand side. You can see there is an icon called extension. Click on that extension. Internet should be there in the system. Click on extension. After clicking on extension, after clicking on extension, search box will appear. In the search box, we write there Ritvik. Ritvik, RIT, Ritvik. Automatically here live server will come. Install button will be there. Click on install. Ritvik live server, click on install. Error. Speak louder, no, little with the sound. Internet is there. Internet. Connect with internet first. Hmm? What is this? What is it?
Sir, code space dot is not working, but it is directly opening. But directly opening Visual Studio Code is opening.
Design?
Sir, code space dot
Ah,
is not working.
open the VS Code anywhere, no problem. Open your Visual Studio
Yes.
and in that create a folder. Open the Visual Studio, after that I'll guide you.
Yes, sir, opened.
Open Visual Studio,
Yes, sir.
go and create a folder, API.
Sir, from file, new folder, or open folder.
In D drive, create a folder, or in JavaScript, create a
Yes,
folder
sir.
API. You have already created the folder API.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. API I have created in JavaScript folder.
Created already.
Yes, sir. Open up your code that I will select. Open up your code, pick a folder.
Did that. Okay. Your Visual Studio is open and folder is already created.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Switch off it. Switch off it.
Connect with mobile, proper data, then try it. If internet will be there, it will install. There is no problem in that. It is not only you are installing first time. Multi-billion user has installed it. It's happened in the single click. It will not happen if
Sir, new file.
this you have created the folder API and you have opened the VS Code.
Yes.
Say yes or no.
Yes, sir. I have opened the folder and installed the VS Code.
You have opened the folder.
Yes, sir.
Which folder?
Sir, API folder.
It's loaded in VS Code.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is opening now.
Install there. Go to
Sir, I will save it as file, save as. Okay.
हाँ सीधा बोलो यार सीधा बोलो आधा बोलते हो आधा नहीं बोलते हो आप
ना सर हो गया index.html में सेव करना है ना सर नया फाइल करना है वहाँ पे
create later in date first you install this live server search click and then one will install button will come here click on that
Okay.
you have installed it is installed on you click on 11 enable workforce enable button is there click on that here enable button can't see click on that okay leave that it is installed What is not saying? Leave that. It's look like installation is done. Go here if you want to test whether it's done or not. Click on your file again here left side. Click on this icon again. File will appear. Index file. In index file, do the right click. In index file, do the right click. Do the right click in index file. If installation is done, then do the right click in index file. You will see this option. Open with live server. Right click, open with live server. You connect, not installed. No. Connect with other WhatsApp as well. Okay, you are getting the option. For yours comes. No, yes. No. After right clicking the home file, this file, you are not getting the option called open with live server. No. Say yes or no. No, okay. Then go and install again. Or close the Visual Studio again and start the Visual Studio. For other people, it is coming. For Priyanka, it is coming remaining 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
After doing the right click, hope you will see here. Option will show you open with live server. Open with live server. Very dark light. See, within 6 months, I will go. No, you should see the black one. Then you want to see the black one. If you want to see inside the black one, what are those? You put lot of point eyes. If there is a room where the light is on, if you want to see that, you don't have to put much effort. Computer supposed to see my screen is which color? White color is there. No? It is advisable those person who has made the screen. He said like God will use the black screen. Your eyes will go with it. I will try to color it. It already installed. Right. First, now the right. This file is not saved. Save this file. What is the software command here for live server? Do the right click here. Alt L. Alt plus L. Alt plus L. Alt plus L. What you how you can type? Alt plus L. And then beforehand where it will come from. It's Alt plus L. There is one. Yeah. Your instructions are recently or not? That's the first question. Previous in the shortcut, what is that? All we have very capital. Yes, not Alt N or
Sorry, it's because of old version. Because of old version.
you want to remove that. Uninstall that. Yes, yes. And again, because that option is not coming. Yes,
Awesome.
yes, we can remove and we can uninstall that. Go to the best option, you can remove that, uninstall and install the new. Okay, so now file is ready, and then you do the right click in this, and after doing the right click, open with live server option has come. You have selected that. Now this file will open in browser directly in some particular port number. Mine will not open. I have to open manually. Localhost 5500. Also you can use. Yours is showing the port number, some kind of IP address. Localhost colon, localhost or IP address. IP address. Correct. 5500. Okay. That is also possible, and this directly localhost colon 5500 also possible. Both we can run. Okay. Next, after that, come to your HTML. This becomes a live server. So in HTML file, if you modify anything, suppose if you add one paragraph, automatically page will get reload. Go here, add one paragraph, saying like add a paragraph. The live server is running. Live server is running. The live server is running. Go to browser. It will reload automatically. So live server is running. Automatically it will get changed. Okay. Next, after that, write some CSS. We'll design some better page and then we'll apply the next thing. Link here, link rel equal to a style sheet. Style sheet href equal to style.css. Okay. Style.css. Next, after that, we have to create a file style.css. But before that, just complete this HTML part. Then we can go there. Division. Under the division, keep the division or you will follow ULLI. But ULLI will be little something. Give division ID equal to header. ID equal to header. You write the code. Once you do the installation, then you can open the same file in the VS Code. But now you have a file, no? Which file? Folder was there. In the folder, write this code. Once VS Code will get installed, then you can close the Notepad++ and open in the VS Code. ID equal to header. Okay, so first link will be called home. Second link will be called about us. Services. You have created index.html file. Index.html file CIS, no? Open the file in Notepad++ and follow this code there. Oh, you can write in the Notepad++ now. Once you install the installation is okay. Done. Okay. Then open and then check. Open in VS Code directly. Then. Check now in the browser. Buttons are coming. You installed again. You have to install the Ritwik live server. No? Install again. Already installed. Uninstall and again install. Now we can go to the CSS file or add one more here section tag. Section ID equal to container. ID equal to container. Yes, division, header and container both are ready. Now we can create this file, style.css in same folder. Style.css file. Which file? This file. Right, clear. Hmm? CSS file we can write first CSS for header section, header and then container. Simple CSS you can write as header ID, writing padding 20 pixel, text align center, text align in the center. Then under the header we have the buttons. You can write directly button, padding of the button, padding top 10 px, left right 30 px, bottom also 10 px. 10 we can replace by 15 also okay. It will become little large button. Background, background color, blue color, color, white color, white, padding, background, color, border, border none, cursor colon pointer, cursor pointer none. Button colon over, button colon over, background, purple color. Okay, so wherever you move the mouse or click the mouse, you added for button, check in browser. Look, will get changed. Font size you can increase little. Inside the button, font size 20 pixel. Font will be big size, 20 pixel font size will appear. Which is not showing CSS. Starting page here. 20 pixel. How much will even 20 pixel? Okay. Font size we can make 18. You change anywhere. Your live server is running, no? So live server is a collection of HTML also, CSS also. If you do anywhere, the page will get reloaded automatically. You don't have to need to load manually. Live server we are going to use because let's see now what is the benefit of live server. Live server, live server is not showing. Then what we will do now? Do you have anything else is installed in your computer? Live server, apart from live server, you can't run directly. You install the XAMPP, download and install the XAMPP. That you can manage. If this is not working, then using live server XAMPP you can use. You have downloaded the VS Code from the VS Code website only, no? Visual Studio Code or some other website. Okay. Then download and install this editor. This editor. Which editor? This one. Search this and download. XAMPP. XAM. Download and install. XAMPP also we can manage. Because you are going to read the data from other file. Okay, when you want to read the data from other file, till now we have created the array, we have read the data from array. Now client side JavaScript will say, I can bring the data from other platform also. I can bring the data from other source also. So in that case, directly JavaScript will not work. Code will be JavaScript only, but it has to run in the server environment. Okay, so for that either that live server is installed, through that we can run. Other one we have XAMPP, you download and install. I'll guide you through XAMPP how to run. But most time you need to run through this one, VS Code only. So important, it should run in your system. Okay, so hope on mouse move is happening or not? Something is happening. Okay, next after that, when we do the click on any of the pages, when you click on any of the links, any button, content should change here.
Sir, but color is not appearing.
Color is not appearing. If you will not write CSS, how it will appear? Here is the CSS, write it. Write it, refresh your page, then it automatically it will appear. Give your laptop 1 minute.
Sir, even after refreshing, it's not working.
Come again. CSS not getting applied. Why so many things here? VS Code 64 setup. This is installed already. I will go here now in the your VS Code. It says like install another version. Let's install another version. Which version? It says here already installed. Installing it. Okay. It is installing other version. The option itself is not running. Still installing. Next, the button does order. Phone cannot be nearby so that install fast. It says install it. Still very less time, minimum time it will take. So, the info box is ready. This extension is disabled because current workspace is not trusted. Okay, the problem is not that. Problem is something else. When the VS Code has started, it has asked a pop-up window. You have clicked on no. Because of that, you are not able to see that option. Where is that folder? Where you have this folder? JavaScript folder, desktop. Inside this one API. Code space dot enter. Pop-up window will come here.
What I click we trust order.
Trust author. It has come earlier today.
So open direct.
Still it is not coming.
If it's open directly, it will come.
Where? This Visual Studio. Okay. Go here open directly.
Sometimes. Sir,
Without live server, you can't run it. Okay. You restart a computer once.
no.
This is restart once. Okay? Then it comes on. Okay. So next, after that, the button is ready. You can write one CSS for container. Write a CSS for container again. As container, you can write inside call padding from top 10 px, from left right 10%, from bottom also 10 px. Then after that, text hyphen align at center. This is the container. Main height, you have not given anything. If you want, give your main height also. Main hyphen height 400 or 500 pixels. See, if your monitor is very long height monitor, you can give more. My monitor is small heights. I'll give 450 nearly. You can give 500, 600. If your monitor height is bigger, you can give more. You restart your computer, okay? And once it asks, again open the VS Code. If you ask trust author, you can say yes, trust author. Okay, hope ready. Now come down. Write the next block for footer. For footer, add height of the footer. And the 20 pixel you can add. Background also you can add. Blue color. Color is white. Text align center. Padding also you can give 10 pixel. Footer will be in the last. Header already we have on the top. Container will be in between. Okay, ready? Next, after that, come to the HTML page. In HTML page, the container is okay. Container will come here. Footer should be in the last. So footer, we can go here. After the section tag, add a footer. Footer. Inside footer, add a paragraph. JavaScript API. JavaScript API. Used to send and receive data one server to other server. One server to other server. JavaScript API used to send and receive the data from one server to other server. It used to send the data from one server to other server. Footer is coming the last. Footer is in the last for me. There is some gap from all the side, you can see. That gap is coming because of body tag. In body tag, there will be gap of 8 pixels. In body tag, there will be gap of 8 pixels. So we can write one CSS for body in the CSS file. In the CSS file, we can write a CSS for body tag. So in CSS file for body tag, we can write anywhere body margin 0px, margin 0px. This background blue you have, you can convert into some other color. All blue look like blue only. Green color. Okay, ready. Footer is also coming. Which color? Green color. So when we click on these links now, the content should change under the middle section. Under the section, the created tag we have created for section tag. So under the middle block, the content will change when we click on these buttons. So for that, we have to write now JavaScript function. So let's go now. CSS work is ready. Come to the HTML. Button click. On click equal to call a function called function1. On click call the function2. Function2. On click function3. On click function4. On click function5. Functions are ready. On click equal to 4 is coming some different color for me.
On click spelling.
CLICK. Now function 1 is ready. Inside the function 1, write one line. Document dot get element by ID. Which ID? Container. Dot inner text. Keep loading. About it loading. Function 3. Contact is loading. Function 4. Service is loading. Function 5. Product is loading. Hello. Yes, ma'am. पीटी नहीं की मैडम, आज करेंगे, थोड़ा टाइम दीजिए 1:30। हाँ ठीक है, आज कर देते हैं पूरा। Okay, hope ready. Come to the browser, click on buttons. Home I wrote, I click service is loading. Why service is loading? Oh, function 1 I have written here. I have written everywhere function 1 only. Function 3 will be this. Function 4 will be this. Function name you have to change. Function 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Home is loading, about is loading, contact, service and product. Okay, so this data is coming from where? JavaScript. Now we have to create this all the pages. Okay, home, about, contact, service, product. This all we have to create a separate page. After creating the separate page, once you click here, that content will come here in between. You will be always on the index page, but the content will come here from other file. Now let's go create a file called. Put the contact on button click, you are getting the different content. On button click, the content should change below. Okay. Next, after that, create the next file then. Home, home.html, about.html. Create a file here called home.html. Home.html. HTML we can open close. Body you can write. Oh, you should not start from HTML. Okay, why? Because the content of the home file will come under this container. Whatever you will write under home file, it will come here under this container. Container is already part of HTML. Suppose in home file we are going to write something, we will bring from there and we will add under this container, under the section. Now already here HTML is there, no HTML body. We don't need to write the HTML in home file. Okay, where you should start from? H1. From home. This home file is separate, but while running it will not run separate. Home file will come and it will appear under the section block. You have created a section, there it will appear. Write it one, I will write it to file, you will understand automatically. Okay, so in home file we added some paragraph. This is under the same folder, API folder. Once you click on home button, this content will come and appear under the index file. Okay, now home file is ready. One more file we can create, about.html. About.html. Okay, in about file also, you can write a about us. Two files is already home and about. The target is when you click on home content should come here. When you click on about content should come here. You will be always on index file only. Here it will be indexed, but on click of this, the content will change here. Now static content is changing here. This message will come. When you click here, this message will come. After some time, content will change here. Now come to the your index file, the actual function. In index file, we can go to the script part. Function one we have written, let it be. Inside the function one, here, you are going to write a function called fetch. In fetch function, you will give the name of that file. Which file you want to read? You will give the name of home.html because home page you want to read. Huh? Right? So hope written. Fetch inside which file? Home.html. Now the fetch function will send a request to the to which file? Home file. Now from home file some response will come. That you have to capture through the then function. Then then then. You can write here file data. File data. Oh. File data is a variable. You can use any variable. Fetch function will send a request to where? Home file. Now from home file some content will come. See in home file what we have written. If suppose someone will call the home file what it will give? H1 and 2 paragraph. This will come as a response. So here we wrote the same. After sending the request to fetch function, from there whichever the content will come, we will capture through the then function. It is called a promise function. Then is called a promise function. Inside the then promise function, you created a variable called file data. But this file data will be not actual content. It will be encrypted content. So from file data, you are going to convert into text and HTML. File data dot text. So this function, what it will do? File data dot text will give you the actual content. It will convert from the, because index is a separate file, home is a separate file. From one file to other file, the content will go. It will come in encrypted mode. So here text function is doing the decryption. Using the text function, it is doing the decryption. Original data, the data is coming from home to the index file is coming in encrypted mode. After capturing the encrypted data here, it is converting into the original data using the text function. After converting into original data, you have to now send to the browser. So you have to write again dot then function and write here original data. Original data. Alert the original data. Original data. Click on first button. Click out button. Anything alert? Everything of home file. Yeah, everything of home file is coming in the text format, text completely. So those text now we can send to the browser. It will convert as output. Let me show here what is happening. When I click on home, I can get all in the as a HTML. Complete HTML code came. This HTML code will send here under the middle. Check once, hope alert is coming. So using fetch function, what we did, we send a request to home file. Now when home file will listen the request. Now home file have some data. The data is coming as a response in this variable file data. From file data, it is encrypted data. You have to convert. So from encrypted data, we are converting into text. And that text you alerted as a original data and you are able to see the alert. Now this alert should not be here. It should go to the container. Document.getElement by ID container dot container dot inner HTML container dot inner HTML equal to original data. Written button click, first button click. Check now. It will say please wait loading, and after that, content will come there. Button click. After some time, it's good. Home button. Home. Yeah, it will come. After some time, it will come. Your system is fast because of that. This line execute first. It will say home loading. After some time, this line will execute. My system will show, your system will not show. Why it will not show? Huh? You cannot see because in your system, everything in your computer only. No? Your system is fast. First line is coming. Immediately second line is also getting executed. In my case, it's happening slow because in my case, my system is full. Only 2 GB space is free. Okay. All are filled. So mine is slow. So for me it shows, please wait loading. Lines are loading slowly. One home function loaded. Okay. So what is the URL? Look at here. URL is index. URL is index only, no? But this data is coming from a home file. If you click here, this content should come from the about file. Okay, let's do that. But that will go one page to other page. Here it will not go from one page to other page. In the same page, it will bring the data. This is as of now a static page. We have to work on next dynamic page. Copy this section, paste here, and change the file name. Change the file name called about.html. Only change the file name, that's all. Now both buttons will work. Home will also work and directly. Release code has not shown. So there is a completely starting. No, sir. It's an there is info on that. Content of the file are not set because okay, cool then. Next after that you can how many files we are ready with? Two files, home and about. Similar way, we can create these pages also. What we have next? Next we have for contact. Create a file contact.html. A static page, same way we need to create and call contact.html. Contact.html file name. Contact.html. Contact us. Accept term condition. You have written do not accept term condition. You have to click here. No? Everything is okay. This all is fine. Can preparing what is setup is okay. Wait for sometimes install it. Old version you have removed already. The old installation you have removed. Call the contact also in the same way. Finish. Then check once. अच्छा उसी कंपनी का अच्छा 2 महीना पैसा नहीं देगा, और जो अभी जो दे रहा है वो दे रहा है ना, तो वहां पे चले जाइए। तो कब हैदराबाद कंपनी हमको ज्वाइन हुआ ना, कितना दिन का बॉन्ड है? तो बॉन्ड अभी आप एक्सपोर्ट का थोड़ा ही अभी कंपनी में जाके डायरेक्टली एक ही महीना में जॉब चेंज कर लेंगे। मान लीजिए कि जो दूसरा कंपनी बोल रहा है कि परफॉर्मेंस ठीक रहेगा तो सैलरी डिसाइड करेगा, एज्यूम करो आप। अभी तो ये बोल रहा है ना कि आप मेरे यहाँ काम करोगे तो हम 10,000 से स्टार्ट करेंगे। बोला है ना 3 महीने के बाद 12 करेगा, फिर 15-18 करेगा, वो बोला है ना, प्रूफ भी दिया है। अगला जो बोल रहा है वो तो कुछ डिसाइड ही नहीं किया है, तो हो सकता है कि 2 महीने के बाद नहीं भी रखे। समझे कि नहीं? तो सब सोच समझ के हमने बोला था कि ज्वाइन कर लो आप, बिल्कुल होगा, आपके फेवर में होगा। ठीक है, ये कब से ज्वाइन किए? अभी तो फ्री मतलब कि आप बोलो कि आपको 10,000 में काम करना है कि फ्री में काम करना है, कौन सा चीज करना है? हाँ? अब मान लीजिए कि वो रख लिया, 2 महीना काम भी करवा लिया, प्रोजेक्ट खत्म हो गया, उसके बाद बोल देगा कि नहीं तुम्हारा परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा नहीं है, क्या करेंगे आप? कुछ नहीं करेंगे। तो शॉर्टकट भी थोड़ा खतरनाक होता है, ठीक है, डेंजरस होता है। लॉन्ग वे ठीक होते हैं, लॉन्ग वे हेल्पफुल होता है, वहाँ पे सीखेंगे, टीम में बैठ के काम करेंगे। वो ऑफिस बुला रहा है ना हैदराबाद वाला, हाँ तो ऑफिस बुला रहा है, वहाँ पे और लोग होगा, और सीखने का मौका मिला। वर्क फ्रॉम होम में क्या करेंगे अकेला, कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं, तो एक्सपीरियंस का थोड़ा ही होगी आप कुछ कर लोगे। हाँ, समझ में आया ना? बेटर वहाँ पे ज्वाइन कीजिए। ठीक है, चलिए। Okay, hope contact function is ready. Come to index file. In index file again, this many code remains same. This is called JavaScript API function. Now you are calling the HTML file. Tomorrow onwards, design will remain same. We'll create another folder where we will create the JSON file. We will bring the data from server, other server. So many URL I have. So from there we'll bring the data. We'll display inside our page. So the remaining two files also need to create service and product. Create two static files, service and product, and check once. The benefit of live server is what? You will be under main page. Data will come from the other page. Data is coming from other pages. This data is coming from the other page. But this file we have created a static HTML page. Okay, directly JSON file or data from other server will be complex. So this file is being used just to read the HTML and see what is happening. The benefit of live server is it used to send the data and used to receive the data from one server to other server. People ask in interview, what is the API function you have used in JavaScript? You will say, I have used the fetch function as a API function. People fetch. Fetch. People will ask, what is the promise function? You will say, I have used then function. Then call is a promise function. What is the use of promise function? See here, then using then what you are doing? You are capturing the content of other file. Using fetch, we send the request to other file. From there, whichever the response comes, you are capturing through which function? Then function. So then becomes a promise function. Okay, these all are the hot demanded question in the market. What is the same fetch function you are going to use in the React? It's called the API function. Okay, React will bring the data from one server to send to other server. So their fetch function will appear. We have similar technique called Ajax also, but Ajax will load the data from the current server. Ajax used to load the data within the server. Okay, and fetch function will help you to load the data from in server also and out of the server also. So fetch function has two benefits. Benefit number one, it will load the file from within the server, and it will load the file from other server also. Ajax we will be learning after this, that will help us to read the data within the server. You can read the data from the within the server, within computer. Okay, not from the other server. So create two file, which one? Service and product, and load here. And then again tomorrow we'll sit. Design will remain same. We'll create another file, index 2. In index 2, we will bring the data from other URLs. For example, I'll show you what will implement. Suppose I have a URL here. I have a URL here, or maybe see the users only. This is the URL. This is the data from other server. You can see here. I will hit this URL and it will show me a list of users. Come. Okay, this URL has some problem, it's not able to load. So we'll be bringing the data from other server and display here. Maybe let me show you other server URL, that is our server only. Suppose this URL, if I load, it should give me the data. Loading or not, current problem. Looks like internet is slow. Send the data. Okay, so see this data. This data came from where? Server. Now this URL will give to the there. Where? To the function. And after reading this data, we'll display here data properly. This is the JSON data. This is called JSON data. This JSON data will come from where? Backend. And it will be given to JavaScript as a front end. Now JavaScript will read and display inside the page, whatever design you want. Using Bootstrap, without Bootstrap, using CSS, without CSS, depends. Okay. Ajax is similar, but purpose is different within the server. Not JSON. Fetch function. Fetch function. Fetch function we are written now. Fetch function is for other server. JSON is the container. Container. You want to send the data from one server to other server, you have to put in JSON and then you need to send. Example, you want to send a courier from Bangalore to Hyderabad. So courier should be in the pack, no? You want to send a letter from Bangalore to Hyderabad. So how you will send the letter? Through courier. So you cannot give the letter directly to the courier boy. You will put in an envelope. That envelope becomes a JSON. Similar way, when we send the data from one place to other place, we put the data under the JSON. JSON is a container that will carry your data. Okay, but when the data will get carried, who will carry? Fetch function will carry. Fetch function will carry the data, and data will be inside the JSON. Okay. See you tomorrow.